Hare Krishna. We'll begin from 47th shloka of 11th chapter, 47. From 36th shloka till 46th shloka, Arjuna offered prayers. First he offered glorification to Krishna, then obeisances to Krishna, apologies, and then requests. Then Arjuna finally requested Krishna to withdraw this universal form and show a very pleasant four-handed form. And now Krishna is responding to that request. 47th shloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Maya prasannena tava arjunedam
Maya prasannena tava arjunedam
Rupam param darshitam atma yogat
Rupam param darshitam atma yoga
Tejomayam vishwamanantamadyam
Tejomayam vishwamanantamadyam
Yanme tvadanyena nadrishta purvam
Yanme tvadanyena nadrishta purvam.
Here Krishna says, O Arjuna, happily have I shown you by my internal potency. Maya prasannena tava arjunedam. Prasannena, with great satisfaction and happiness, I have shown you. Rupam param darshitam atma yogat. I have shown you very supreme and opulent and magnificent form, which is manifested by atma yogat, by my internal potency. This supreme universal form within this material world. Tejomayam vishwamanantamadyam. Tejomaya. It's full of effulgence. Vishwam anantamadyam. It's the unlimited universal form which is the origin of all elements in the universe. Yanme tvadanyena nadrishta purvam. No one has seen this form before. And it's unlimited, full of effulgence, and I have not showed this universal form to anyone else before. It's not that every now and then Krishna manifests this universal form to anyone. So he showed it to Arjuna. Arjuna wanted to see the universal form. So to fulfill his inquisitiveness, his curiosity, to respond to his desire or request, Krishna just displayed it. This form was glaring like the sun, and its many faces were rapidly changing. Krishna showed this form just to satisfy the desire of his friend Arjuna. And in other words, all the disciplic devotees of the Lord could see the universal form which was shown to Arjuna by the mercy of Krishna. Someone has commented that this form was shown to Duryodhana also when Krishna went to Duryodhana to negotiate for peace. Unfortunately, Duryodhana did not accept the peace offer, but at the time Krishna manifested some of his universal forms. But those forms are different from one shown to Arjuna. So many times universal form, darshan may be described, but not all of them are same. Even within Bhagavatam also there are certain specific descriptions of universal form, but they are all little different according to the context. In the second canto of Bhagavatam, universal form is described in the initial chapters as the object of meditation of an attached yogi. And later, universal form is described to be the 14 planetary systems of this universe are described to be different limbs of the universal form. And the 4 varnas are described to be different limbs of the universal form. Like that, the universal form, basically all the different elements of the universe are conceived to be the material form of the Supreme Lord. And how exactly you do it, it depends on the context. Okay. You see this. Here Duryodhana also saw some kind of universal form, but he was not convinced of Krishna's supremacy. When Krishna says never seen before, this particular form which is all pervading in all directions, Kala Rupa and all that has not been seen. But some aspect of universal form, some other form of universal form has been displayed before also. And when Krishna was showing this universal form to Arjuna, the residents of higher planets also saw the universal form. Now, in the 11th chapter. Next, 48th shloka. Naveda yajna dhyayanayir nadanair
Naveda yajna dhyayanayir
न च क्रियाभिर्न तपोभिरुग्रैः
न च क्रियाभिर्न
Evam Rupa Shakya Aham Nriloke Drashtum Twadanyena Kuru Pravira Naveda Yajna Jayanair Nadhanair. O best of Kuru warriors, no one before you has seen this universal form of mine. Evam Rupam Shakya Aham Nriloke. Because Krishna has given a very special vision to Arjuna to be able to see this universal form that Krishna has not done before. Drashtum Twadanyena Kuru Pravira. O Kuru Pravira, O best of all Kurus, no one before you has seen this form. For neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances can I be seen in this form in this material world. Because why nobody is qualified? The qualification for Arjuna to see the universal form of the Lord is, his being a friend is one thing, but he has given a special vision. But other people who may be well qualified, na Veda, Yajna, Adhyayana, Dana. Veda is Vedic study, Adhyayana is study basically. Veda means by knowledge of the Vedas, and Yajna, sacrifices, Dana, charity. These are not the qualifications to see Krishna's form. Any form, or to speak of universal form. So, Prabhupada comments that Arjuna was specially bestowed with a divine vision by dint of his devotion to Krishna, so that he could see. And the devotees, however, who are actually in the divine nature and who have divine vision are not very much interested to see this Vishwarup. Although devotees may be given the opportunity, they may be given the necessary divine vision, but still they are not very excited to see this form. Next, 49th sloka. So only by divine vision, which is the result of pure devotion, one can actually see Krishna's universal form. That is clear now. And pure devotees still are not interested to see the universal form, because they like to see Krishna's personal form. 49th sloka. Mate vyathama cha vimudha bhavo Drishtva rupam ghoramidrinma medam Vyapeta bhihi prita banaha punastvam Tadeva me rupamida prapasya. You have been perturbed and bewildered by seeing this horrible feature of mine. Now let it be finished. I can understand. You are bewildered, you are frightened. You are directly asking me also to stop this darshan. You told me earlier, please give darshan. When Krishna displayed this darshan, darshan band karo, please, I can't see this anymore. Does anyone say like that? In Bhagavatam, you have seen so many devotees who attend the darshan of the Lord. Did any devotee tell Krishna or any incarnation of Krishna, please stop this darshan? You please go back. I can't see this darshan anymore. I can't see. Yeah, when Devaki told Krishna, Krishna, Kamsa may come and harm you. Please withdraw this beautiful form and become like a normal child. So she said like that. But not out of disgust or fear. Fear of Kamsa is there, not fear of Krishna. Okay. But here Arjuna is saying, please withdraw this form, I am getting frightened. Please close this darshan. Okay, I can't see this anymore. Take this, your Divya Chakshu, take back. Okay. Prahalad also says, Naham vibhemi ajitireti bhayanakasya jihvagra netra bhrukuti rabhasogra damstrat. This ferocious form of yours is not causing any fear in me. Prahalad tells Narasimhadev. And on top of it, this ferocious form of yours will become the cause of protection for all the devotees. So you maintain this ferocious form, but give up the ferocious mood. Okay? So give up your anger, but the form let it be. You'll worship this form. But Arjuna did not say, I'll worship this form of universal form. I'll worship Vishwarupa. Please be here. He doesn't say that. So he says, my devotee, be free again from all disturbances. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. So, When the sons of Dhritarashtra tried to disrobe Draupadi, in the assembly of Kurus, Bhishma and Drona were silent, and for such negligence of duty, they should be killed. Krishna showed his universal form to Arjuna just to show him that these people were already killed by their unlawful action. Whoever has insulted Draupadi, who is a pure devotee of Krishna, who is a very chaste woman, has to be punished. Krishna cannot tolerate that. That scene was shown to Arjuna because devotees are always peaceful and they cannot perform horrible actions. The purpose of the revelation of universal form was shown. Now Arjuna wanted to see the four-handed form and Krishna showed him. Now Krishna is going to show Arjuna normal four-handed form as per his request, and after that two-handed form. Who will narrate it? They both of them stopped speaking, right? Sanjaya has to narrate. Sanjaya comes into picture. Sanjaya uvacha Ityarjunam Vasudevastathoktva Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuyah Ashvasayamasa Chabhitabenam Bhutva Punaha Saumya Vapur Mahatma. So Sanjay is saying, Sanjay is narrating the whole thing to Dhritarashtra. The Supreme Lord Krishna, having spoken thus to Arjuna, displayed his real four-handed form. Swakam Rupam Darshayan Asa Bhuyah. So he immediately displayed his original form in four hands, with four hands, four-armed form, and at last showed his two-handed form also. Asvasayam asa cha bhitamenam bhutva punaha saumya vapur mahatma. Saumya vapu means this beautiful, pleasant form, and thus encouraged fearful Arjuna. Saumya rupa is beautiful form, which does not cause any terror or fear, Arjuna says, after seeing this form. Drishtvedam manusham rupam Tava Saumyam Janardana Idanim Asmi Samvrittaha Sachetaha Prakritim Gataha. When Arjuna saw Krishna in his original form, so the thousand-handed Vishwarupa is withdrawn, four-handed form is shown. After four-handed form, two-handed form is also shown. So, all the three forms he has seen. Now Arjuna says, O Janardana, seeing this human-like form, which is so beautiful, I am now composed in my mind and I am restored to my original nature. Drishtvedam manusham rupam. Manusham rupam means human-like form. Tava saumyam Janardana. And this manusham rupam is very saumya, very beautiful, pleasant. Idanim asmi samvrittaha satyetaha prakritam gataha. I have resumed my natural, original, peaceful state. My mind is not agitated anymore. Now Krishna is responding. 52nd shloka. Krishna concludes in this last 3-4 shlokas, 52, 53, 54, 55. Only 4 shlokas are there in this chapter, the rest of the chapter. So Krishna describes the glory and rarity of seeing this human-like form, and then he glorifies Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti, or unalloyed, pure, devotional service of Krishna, is the qualification to see any form of Krishna. Whether it is universal form or two-handed form or four-handed form, you need Bhakti to see. You can't go and demand Krishna, Krishna, show me your universal form. Then I will believe that you are God. He may not show universal form also. Okay, show me four-handed form. That also I will not show you. Two-handed form, I will not show that also. If you are challenging me, I cannot show you. If you have pure devotion and you are requesting me, I can show you. Bhagavan Vacha. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Sudurdarsham idam rupam. Drishtavan asiyan mama. Deva apyasya rupasya. Nityam darshana kankshinaha. Sudurdarsham idam rupam. This form, the human-like form, Saumya Rupa, Manusham Rupam, that Krishna has displayed in front of Arjuna, He is Sudurdarsham. It's extremely difficult to see. It's very rare to see. Drishtavan Asiyan Mama. Today I am just showing you this form. Basically, the rare darshan which Krishna is speaking about was always available to Arjuna. He was able to see Krishna's human-like form all the way. But the rarity in the sense that Krishna descends into this material world not very often. Krishna comes as a human being in this material world and displays all his pastimes for very brief amount of time. So in the previous yuga, Krishna displayed this human-like form for 125 years only. And the yuga is thousands of years. Kali Yuga itself is 4,32,000 years. And the previous yuga, Dwapara Yuga, is double. So 8,64,000. So out of 8,64,000 years, only 125 years people were able to see Krishna's human-like form. And within that 125 years also, so many people did not believe this form. They did not respect this form. Like Jarasandha, Kamsa, so many other demons like Trinavarta, Bakasura, Ghasura, Vyomasura, Vyasasura, etc. So it's very rare to see Krishna's form, human-like form. So Deva Apyasya Rupasya Nityam Darshana Kankshitaha. Even demigods, Devas also are very eager to see this human-like form of mine. It's extremely rare. So this 48th verse of this chapter, Krishna concluded revealing his universal form and informed Arjuna that this form is not possible to be seen by so many pious activities or sacrifices. Sudurdarsham. Indicating that Krishna's two-handed form is still more confidential. Now this Sudurdarsham can apply to Vishwarupa also. So Vishwarupa is very rare to see and human-like form is even more confidential to see. It's even more rare. One may be able to see the universal form of Krishna by adding little tinge of devotional service to various activities like penances, Vedic study, philosophical speculation. It may be possible, but with a tinge of bhakti, one cannot see. Without a tinge of bhakti, one cannot see. But still beyond the universal form is Krishna's two-handed form, which is more difficult to see. You need to have pure unalloyed devotion only to be able to see Krishna's original form, human-like form. Universal form may be seen with little bhakti, while you have other mixed bhakti. But this is not like that. That is the rarity. Avajananti mam modha manushim tanumashrita. When Krishna appears in the human-like form, modhas, foolish people, deride that form. So the rarity of Krishna's human-like form is described in the purport. 53rd shloka. Naham vedairna tapasa na danena na chejyaya shakya evam vidho drashtum drishtavan asimam yatha. So 53rd verse is a continuation of 52nd verse where Krishna says, Naham vedairna tapasa. Okay, you cannot see this form or understand me simply by Vedair, by studying Vedas. Tapasa, by doing austerities. Na danena, by giving charity. Na cha ijjaya, by doing other penances and worship, etc. Shakya evam vidho drashtum, you won't be able to see this form. Drishtavan asimam yatha, whatever you have seen me, whatever form that you have seen today, that is very rare. Okay, so this form can be understood and seen only by bhakti. Without bhakti, all this Veda, Tapasa, Dana, Ijya will not work, will not give you darshan of Krishna's form. Okay. Now Krishna first appeared before his parents Devaki and Vasudeva in four-handed forms. So after displaying himself in four-handed form, later he became a two-handed baby. So this mystery is very difficult to understand for those who are atheists or who are devoid of devotional service. For scholars who have simply studied Vedic literature by way of grammatical knowledge or mere academic qualifications, Krishna is not possible to understand. 54th shloka. Bhaktya tu ananyaya shakya
Bhaktatu ananyaya shakya
aham evam vidhorjuna
ahamevam vidhorjuna
Gnatum drashtum cha tatvena
Gnatum drishtam cha tatvena
praveshtum cha parantapa
Praveshtum cha parantapa
Bhaktya tu ananyaya shakya. Only by Ananya Bhakti. Bhakti is devotional service. Ananya Bhakti is pure, unmotivated, unalloyed devotional service. Shaktya means the power of the devotional service. Only by the power of pure Bhakti you will be able to see me. Aham evam vidhorjuna. You will be able to understand me. Third line. Gnatum drashtum cha tatvena. Gnatum means you will be able to know me. Drashtum, you will be able to see me only by unalloyed Bhakti. Praveshtum cha parantapa, and you will enter into the mysteries of my understanding only by Bhakti. Very important sloka. Bhaktya tu ananyaya shaktya
Bhaktatu ananyaya shakya
aham evam vidhorjuna
ahamevam vidhorjuna
Gnatum drashtum cha tatvena
Gnatum drishtum cha tatvena
Praveshtum cha parantapa
Praveshtum cha parantapa
Gnatum drashtum cha tatvena. Tatvena means in truth, in reality. You will be able to see Krishna and you will be able to know Krishna only by pure bhakti. That's the only qualification for us to understand Krishna. And Prabhupada writes a very beautiful and long purport. Krishna can be understood only by the process of undivided bhakti. He explicitly explains in this verse so that unauthorized commentators who try to understand Gita by speculative process will know that they are simply wasting their time. I mean, it's very clear. Bhaktya tu ananyaya shaktya. You can see me or know me only by ananya bhakti. Such a very crystal clear statement. Okay. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha gurau tasyaite kathita hyarthaha prakashante mahatmanaha. One who has unflinching faith and devotion to the Supreme Lord and faith in the words of the scriptures and Guru, such people can understand Krishna. Basically, all of them, Guru or Krishna or scriptures, are teaching us Bhakti Yoga only. Otherwise, the form will remain Sudurdarsha, extremely difficult to see. And Krishna changes from universal form to four-handed form and then to his natural form as in two hands. This indicates that four-handed form and other forms mentioned in Vedic literature are emanations of original two-handed Krishna. That's what Brahma also says. That Naumidyate Brahvapushe Taditambaraya Gunjavatamsa Paripichalasan Mukhaya Vanyasraje Kavala Vetra Vishana Venu Lakshmashrye Mridupade Pashupanga Jaya. Okay. Brahmaji says this two-handed form of Krishna as Bala Gopal, the young boy, cowhead boy in Vrindavan, that is the original form of the absolute truth. The topmost manifestation of the absolute truth is the cowhead boy form of Krishna in Vrindavan. From that form, everything else emanates. In Brahma Vimohan Leela, we have seen that Krishna expanded himself into all the gopas and the cows. Brahmaji comes and he steals all the cows, all the calves and the gopas, and Krishna just expands himself into the forms of all these cows, all these calves and the gopas, and for 1 year Krishna did all the pastimes with his own expansions. He's playing with himself. He's herding himself. So then after 1 year Brahmaji comes and sees all of them are intact. And to Brahmaji's great astonishment, all these calves and all these cowhead boys manifested as four-handed Vishnus. Means all these Vishnus are expansions of Krishna, and all these Vishnus merged back into Krishna's original two-handed form. So Krishna is the source of all these Vishnu Murtis, and Krishna is the destination of all these Vishnu Murtis. They came from him, they entered him. So this is the special opulence of Krishna. Krishna is the original form from whom all the other forms emanate. Yasyaika nishvasita kalamata valambhya jivanti loma vilaja jagadanda. You know this. When Mahavishnu breathes out, innumerable universes are coming out. Vishnor Mahan Sayihayasya Kalavishesho, that Mahavishnu, who is the source, who is the origin of all millions of universes, he is an expansion of an expansion of an expansion of Krishna. Right? See, Vishnur Mahan Sayihayasya Kalavishesho. He is Kalavishesha. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Who says this? Brahma says this. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. Prabhupada quotes so many such beautiful shlokas to establish Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he even quotes the Paribhasha Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is Etecham Sakala Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He can be understood and he can be seen only by pure devotional service. Ananya Bhakti. Very important shloka. Then in the last shloka, Krishna gives the essence of Bhagavad Gita. How to perform that bhakti. Having said that, by Ananya Bhakti only you can know me and see me. Now Krishna will reveal how to perform that bhakti in the last shloka. Mat karma krin mat paramo mad bhakta sangavarjitah nirvairah sarva bhuteshu yah samameti pandava mat karma krin. If you work for Krishna, mat paramo, if you consider Krishna to be the supreme, mad bhaktaha, if you become a devotee of Krishna, sangavarjitaha, if you give up all your material attachments, nirvairaha sarva bhuteshu, and if you also give up your enmity with all other living entities, yahasamameti pandava, you can attain Krishna easily. 5 things Krishna said. Mat karma krin means work for me. Mat paramo, consider me the supreme. And mad bhaktaha, become my devotee. And sangavarjitaha, give up all material attachments. Nirvairam yatra bhuteshu means give up enmity towards all living entities. These are the 5 aspects of bhakti. So in this shloka, and perform bhakti in these 5 ways and then attain me. And Krishna is the source of all forms. And you will not attain some form of Krishna, you will attain Krishna only if you perform bhakti in this way. So Krishna is the origin of all these manifestations. There are hundreds and thousands of Vishnus, but for a devotee, no form of Krishna is important but the original form, two-handed Shamsundar form. This is confirmed in Brahma Samhita. And anasaktasya vishayan yatharham upayunjitaha. So Prabhupada elaborates on each of these things. For example, sangavarjitaha is there. We should give up material attachment. That does not mean we give up material things. There are so many material objects that can be offered in Krishna's service. So this is ultimately matter. This flower is matter. But you can make it spiritual by offering it to Krishna. So if you offer the flower to Krishna, then you accept that flower and smell that flower, then it will emanate transcendental fragrance. It has become spiritual. Krishna says, Uddhava says in 11th canto of Bhagavatam that Tvayopa bhukta sargandha vaso lankara charchitaha uchchishta dasino bhogaihi uchchishta bhojino dasaihi tava mayam jayamahi. So if we accept the paraphernalia that is enjoyed by Krishna, then we will be freed from Maya. So something is offered to Krishna. Tvayopa bhukta srag gandha. Srag means flowers. So Krishna has enjoyed this flower. If you offer to Krishna, Krishna will enjoy this flower. Krishna will enjoy the beauty of this flower. Krishna will enjoy the fragrance of this flower. And then you accept that flower and smell that flower. So when you smell that flower, you will be freed from Maya. So by accepting the Maha of Krishna, by honoring the remnants left by Krishna after enjoying, one can be protected from Maya. So that's why this verse is quoted. Anasaktasya vishayan yathaham upayunjitaha nirbandha Krishna sambandhe. This may be matter, but it is Krishna sambandhi matter. Everything has connection with Krishna. You understand what can be dovetailed in Krishna's seva. So you pick up flower, you pick patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, and many objects are there. You can offer them to Krishna and then spiritualize them and then honor them and you spiritualize your mind, intelligence and ego and go back to Krishna. So giving up things considering that they are material is not great intelligence. Knowing that everything material here is also connected to Krishna and dovetailing our propensities in the service of Krishna and giving an opportunity to people and objects to be able to engage in the service of Krishna, we can come closer to Krishna. So that is called Krishna karma. Mat karma krin means you work for me. You do whatever you are doing for me. One should not be attached to the result of work, but the result should be offered to Krishna, and one should accept as prasadam the remnants of offering to Krishna. If one constructs a very high building for Krishna and installs deity of Krishna, one is not prohibited from living there. It is understood that the proprietor of the building is Krishna and you are staying there as a devotee and servant of Krishna, and that is Krishna consciousness. Mat Parama. Mat Parama refers to one who considers the association of Krishna in his supreme abode to be the highest perfection of life. Sanya Abhilashta Sunyam Jnana Karmadhi Anavritam. Because while doing all these things, you should not have any material expectations. Prabhupada quotes that also. So Prabhupada quotes so many Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu shlokas also to elaborate on this whole process of Bhakti Yoga. So thus we completed the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna displays his universal form. In the beginning 4 verses of this chapter, Arjuna requested Krishna to show his universal form by which he pervades and sustains the entire universe. And from 5th verse till 8th verse, Krishna described the universal form in his own words. Then he started displaying the universal form. From 9th shloka to 14th shloka, Sanjaya described Arjuna's experience of seeing the universal form. And from 15th shloka till 31st shloka, Arjuna personally described his experience of seeing the universal form, how ghastly it was, and he also described Kala Rupa, and at last he asked Krishna, who are you in this ghastly form, in this fierce form, and what is your mission? Then Krishna revealed in the next 3-4 shlokas that I came to destroy everything except you Pandavas. I am going to destroy all the warriors in this battlefield. Then Arjuna offered prayers. He glorified Krishna and he offered obeisances to Krishna. He said apologies to Krishna. Krishna, please, I am sorry. I behaved with you in a very friendly manner out of intimacy and love. And I request you to withdraw this form and show your pleasant four-handed form. Then Krishna showed his pleasant four-handed form, and he withdrew that four-handed form also and showed this two-handed pleasant form, which is the source of all the other forms. And finally Krishna said that to be able to see any of my forms, Bhakti is the qualification. So that Bhakti can be done in these 5 ways. So you should work for me. Mat karma kuran. Mat paramo, consider me the supreme. And Mat bhaktaha, become my devotee. Sangavarjitaha, give up all material attachments. And nirvairaha sarva bhuteshu, don't envy any other living entities. You can come back to me. So that's how Krishna concluded this chapter. Thank you all very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila